The Carpenter fire was located about 20 miles from downtown Las Vegas in the Spring Mountains National Recreation Area, also known as Mount Charleston. The Carpenter 1 fire was ignited by lightning on July 1, 2013. It burned an estimated 27,000 acres in about 12 days. The Carpenter 1 fire threatened several communities located in the National Recreation Area.
There's a number of fuel reduction projects that have gone on up here. There's about 400 homes in this canyon. There's one road in, one road out. We have a huge amount of people visiting on weekends, especially for recreation, hiking, since we're so close to Las Vegas. And there's about 400 homes. So there's been a number of fuel reduction projects done here in Trout Canyon. And there's certainly some around the subdivisions. There's some along the highway corridor that was identified as one of the major potentials for car fires or this kind of thing. So where we're standing right now is one of the fuel breaks that is going around the campgrounds, and further up the canyon it goes around one of the major subdivisions here, Rainbow Subdivision.
Many fuel reduction projects have happened in the Mount Charleston area over the years. It's truly been a collaborative effort between the U.S. Forest Service, the Bureau of Land Management, the Nevada Division of Forestry, Clark County Fire Department, the Nevada Fire Safe Council, and many, many others. Most of these projects have been funded through the Southern Nevada Public Lands Management Act and the U.S. Forest Service's State and Private Forestry Program. So a fuel reduction project is a project that's meant to thin out a forest, to reduce the spacing between trees, to reduce an understory in order to reduce the intensity of a fire when it comes through. Slow down the speed at which it's traveling, the intensity with which the flames are coming through, the size of the fire, in order to make it more defendable.
The Carpenter fire started on the Mount Charleston area, and due to the fuel reductions in the Mount Charleston, Trout Canyon area, it was beneficial to all parties here that we were able to save all the structures in the Trout Canyon area.
Well, what we had here is we had a subdivision of about 30 homes in this summer homes area, and as the fire made its run and back down the hill, we were able to do a burnout operation behind the structures to protect them. And it was a pretty aggressive operation that we had to do, but we were helped tremendously by the fuels reduction that had been done in here.
This is an aerial image of the Trout Canyon community, which is also in the Spring Mountains National Recreation Area. Here in Trout Canyon, you can see where the Carpenter fire had burned. It's the grayish color on the landscape. And it burned right up to where you can see the fuel treatment, which is around the community. Firefighters were able to use airplanes to drop retardant, which is the red color, right inside of the fuel breaks or adjacent to the fuel breaks. This fuels treatment area created a safe location for firefighters to defend the community. And as you can see, the fire went right up to or just inside the fuel treatments. And that is where firefighters were able to take suppression actions to save the homes in the Trout Canyon community.
I feel that this fuel treatment here in the Mount Charleston area has been beneficial to us protecting the structures at this fire. I felt that the fuel treatment along the power line was also very critical to keep the water flowing and the pumps going to the town itself. They had taken great lengths to bring the fuels reduction all the way down the power grid and around the homes.
Obviously, it works. There's no question that helps slow down some of the rate of burn up here with the reduction of the fuels. And naturally being done on the spot, it saved the communities, because otherwise this had just been a pile of ash. And you know, it's just sad to see any of it happen. And we live in the environment to where you have to contend with Mother Nature, and sometimes she's not too cooperative.
These fuel breaks are super effective here in Trout Canyon. Most recently here with the Carpenter 1 fire. This particular fuel break gave the firefighters a safe and effective place to work their operations. Just behind us is a hose lay. They felt safe doing that here. They burned out along this road because they had exits. The intensity of the fire, if it did make it down here, would have been greatly reduced. And then we've seen up in the canyon, up around Rainbow Subdivision, we had the Cathedral fire a couple years ago, where there was a fire that was burning right into the subdivision. It hit the fuel break and it stopped. without even the firefighters being there. So these fuel breaks that are being put in around these communities are greatly effective, and we've seen it here in Trout Canyon a number of times.